As Dr. Burke just shared, this is the 170th commencement of Denison University, but members of the class of 2011, you are graduating in the college's 180th year since its founding in the fall of 1831. The discrepancy is explained by the fact that there were, of course, no graduates for 4 years in the early founding of the college, and during the Civil War, much of the student body was distracted from its progress towards a degree. On this special day, you've heard the fanfare for your class, which you first held in this very room on another meteorologically uncertain day in 2007. In the 180 years since its founding, Denison has evolved from a frontier academy to a leading undergraduate arts and sciences college with a national and even international reputation. It has not stood still during the last 4 years either, and maybe just a few highlights of the changes around you will encourage you as about-to-be graduates to reflect upon the personal evolution that you've experienced since you arrived here from high school. As I point out to graduates every year, since you arrived on campus, class of 2011, about 1,600 other men and women with whom you shared this campus when you first arrived, the sophomores, juniors, and seniors of your first year, have already graduated, and a similar number have taken their places in the classes behind you. So while at any given point in the last 4 years, we've been consistently a college of about 2,100 students, you've actually learned with and from and made friends among nearly 4,000 Denisonians during your 4 years here. And your sense of comradeship with many of those will only grow as you become reacquainted with them at reunions, at regional alumni activities, and as you network with them in years to come. Change has come to the faculty during your time at Denison. Not only have there been 4 years of retirements of accomplished senior faculty and key college staff, including 2 professors, who we especially recognize today, but 42 new professors have joined the permanent Denison faculty since you arrived, bringing their special skills and energies to the classroom and the laboratory and the studio. And because of the generous support of alumni, parents, and friends of the college, shared during the Higher Ground campaign, which concluded in 2008, the faculty is actually a good deal larger than when you began, enhancing the student-faculty interaction, which is at the heart of a Denison education. Although you may have forgotten it when you arrived on the campus in the fall of 2007, the wireless data network covering the campus indoors and out and allowing access to the internet from just about everywhere was barely a year old. And now, 5 years later, 4 years later, it's already nearly achieved old age and will soon be replaced by a new generation network. Just as you began at Denison, Slater Union had reopened after having been overhauled. Likewise, just a year ago, the Synod Department and the Open House, the Center for Spiritual and Religious Life at Denison, reoccupied 2 restored buildings on Mulberry Circle. Most dramatically of all, in 2009, the Bryant Arts Center grew out of the restored and expanded Cleveland Hall, originally built in 1904. The American Green Building Council awarded the Bryant Center a LEED Gold status for its contributions to environmental sustainability at Denison, setting a standard for all future construction at the college. Nor will the college freeze itself in time after your departure today and preserve itself unchanged as you begin your new status as alumni. 12 new tenure-track professors will join us in the fall. And soon, of course, taking your place on this campus will be some 605 members of the class of 2015. Men and women a little like you were in the fall of 2007, but different too, with their own character, their own tastes, and their own perspectives. The construction fence that went up around E-Ball Laboratories just before last year's commencement is about to come down, a sign that completely rebuilt facilities for chemistry and biochemistry will come online later this summer. The big hole just outside here, which is beginning to fill up with concrete, by this time next year will reopen as a new natatorium, which is not meant just to serve our national champion men's swimming and diving team and national runner-up women's swimming and diving team, but they've certainly earned it. As it comes to completion, an addition on the front of the older Gregory Pool and Livingston Gymnasium buildings will provide a new entrance and gathering area, new coaching offices, new athletic training areas, and finally, the old Gregory Pool will be renovated into a bi-level fitness center, promoting healthy activity for the entire campus community. Before classes resume next fall, a renovation and addition project will begin on Chamberlain Lodge on the North Quad, converting it into another 56-bed apartment-style residence hall. No, Denison won't be exactly the same when you return next year or in 5 years or subsequent reunions, and I hope you wouldn't want it any other way. It will be better. But these are just some of the road marks of the changes that have come to you as men and women. There are certainly more profound indicators of those changes in the collective accomplishments of the class of 2011. In all, you number 478 graduates, and you have earned 5 Bachelor of Fine Arts degrees, 80 Bachelor of Science degrees, and 393 Bachelor of Arts degrees. The co-valedictorians of the class are Lauren Ostojic, who earned a BA in Communication, and John Snee, who has earned a BA in Biology. The salutatorian is Kate Morley, with a Bachelor of Arts in English. Actually, 97, or about 20% of you, have prospered so well in your studies that you are graduating with Latin honors, 60 cum laude, 27 magna cum laude, and 10 receiving the highest academic honor, summa cum laude, recognized by the different colored shoulder cords on each recipient's gown. Yesterday, I participated in the induction of 21 members of the class into Phi Beta Kappa, the historic National Academic Honor Society, joining 3 members of the class who had the rare honor of being inducted last year as juniors. On Friday, I had the pleasure of joining Dr. Jim Pletcher and faculty colleagues at a ceremony to recognize graduates who fulfilled the requirements of Denison's honors program. And across the college, no fewer than 74 of you are recognized for the success of your senior research projects, which are the result of sustained independent scholarship and close collaboration with a faculty mentor. Several of you have represented your classmates especially well by attracting national attention for your academic achievements. Postgraduate International Teaching Awards, funded through different elements of the Fulbright program, are taking Sean Beebe to France, Callan Hetrick to Colombia, Zachary Nixon and Peter Zambon to Germany. Jacob Schaefer, a double major in mathematics and educational studies, has been awarded a rare Woodrow Wilson Teaching Fellowship, one of many graduate fellowships being exercised by members of the class of 2011 pursuing graduate and professional degrees across the country and around the world. Sybil Fryermuth and Megan Keaveney earned special recognition by having their proposal to work with the economic and social empowerment of women in Mumbai, India, through the Women of India Network, accepted by and funded by the International Davis Projects for Peace program. As these forms of recognition highlight, members of the class of 2011 repeatedly seized opportunities to challenge themselves both in and out of the classroom. Many of today's graduates participated actively on one of the 28 service committees of the Denison Community Association and the America Reads program, providing this year alone some 20,000 hours of documented service to area schools, communities, and social service agencies. Lauren Sabo received a statewide Charles J. Ping Award for Service Excellence from the Ohio Campus Compact, and Zachary Goldman, Denison Community Association Chairperson, and Erica Duffy were singled out by the Granville Area Chamber of Commerce to receive the annual Kuzmal Award for exceptional student service to the local community. Today, providing visual evidence of the commitment of many Denison students to preserving the quality of life worldwide are the green ribbons worn on student and faculty gowns that have been distributed as part of a nationwide effort to give men and women at colleges and universities the opportunity to affirm their intention to consider the social and environmental implications of the work they do and the life they lead beyond college. For 12 of the last 13 years, Denison has owned the All Sports Trophy, now called the Collins Trophy of the North Coast Athletic Conference. Last year was the one exception when we were just edged out, but Denison men's and women's athletic teams made up for it by winning the trophy in style again this year. 7 of our 23 varsity teams took first place in conference, and 3 were conference tournament champions. 2 more finished in second place, and 2 others in third. No fewer than 11 of our 23 teams qualified or had individual qualifiers for NCAA championship competition, with the men's swimming and diving team, as we mentioned, under the leadership of head swimming coach Greg Perini and head diving coach Jason Glorious, capturing the NCAA Division III National Championship. Women's basketball ran through the regular season at 28-0. Women's soccer advanced to the Elite 8 in NCAA national competition. And the women's tennis team yesterday advanced to the national quarterfinals in Claremont, California, where they'll play in just a week or 2. I'm particularly pleased that so many Denison student athletes were recognized at the conference, regional, or national level by placement on all academic teams, including senior football co-captain and chairperson of the Student Athlete Advisory Committee, Dan Crawford, who was recognized as the top football student athlete from our region by the National Football Foundation and College Hall of Fame, and was one of 5 national finalists from all sports for the Coach John Wooden Citizenship Cup. Distance runner and scholar athlete Katie Navarre was selected for not 1, but 2 highly competitive NCAA postgraduate scholarships. Many Denison students thrive upon the combination of academic challenge, off-campus service, athletic activity, and campus leadership in different proportions appropriate to their own individual interests. Some pursue these combinations with such remarkable results that they earn the acclaim of college faculty, staff, and fellow students alike. The exemplars of this are recognized as Denison's President's Medalists. The class of 2011 includes 7 such honorees who were announced at the Academic Awards Convocation in April, and who will be the first to cross the commencement stage to receive their diplomas today. They are Dan Crawford, Sybil Fryermuth, Mark Heckman, Zach Goldman, Allison Kranick, Katie Navarre, and Chevelle Peralta. Would we please join in applauding the President's Medalists? As a class 2011, you have accomplished much at Denison. Much that builds in the rest of us anticipation for your achievements in the years ahead. Those of us on the faculty and staff of the college, and certainly you yourselves, recognize that you do not come to this day of passage entirely on your own. Consequently, before we move on to the next events of this ceremony, I would like us to recognize the very large and very special group of people who have made this day possible. We honor them for their commitment and sacrifices and thank them for their sustained love and support. Members of the class of 2011, would you please stand, turn towards your families and friends who are here to celebrate your achievement, and join me in the faculty in expressing our appreciation. Finally, we also dedicate this day to the memory of those parents, family members, and friends whose loss during these college years inevitably makes commencement less complete for some of us. The class of 2011 suffered the special loss of classmate Maria Toledano during your first college year. Today, we remember Maria and the effect her lively personality had upon her fellow students and professors. Denison class of 2011, I congratulate you as we mark this day of completion for an important part of your life and this day of beginning for what lies ahead. Thank you.